After narrowly escaping the old forest, we find ourselves in the house of Tom Bombadil. But after we start our adventure across the Barrow Downs, we find ourselves in we have fallen into a barrow. Welcome to the quest 1.2 of the Saga campaign, Fog on the Barrow Downs. These are the boons and burdens that I've earned so far in this campaign. Shuffle these two into the deck. Draw our 6 cards. I'm going to take a mulligan. This is a proxy for Frodo's intuition. Well, this is a nice card. Some nice card draw. Nice card draw and cancellation. This will be nice. And now we have to set aside each copy of the Great Barrow and the Hollow Circle and the Standing Stones aside out of play. We shuffle the encounter deck. And now we skip the quest phase, and at the end of the round we place 1 progress in this stage. Each hero gets a resource. We're playing with the same decks that we played with in the last quest. Draw a card. Woodland Sentry. We're going to play Gather Information. And now we're going to play Frodo's Intuition by giving Frodo his extra resource. And we draw 3 cards. Another Frodo's Intuition, Fast Hitch, and a Halfling Bounder. We're going to play a Halfling Bounder. Going over to the Hobbit's deck, draw Dunedain Signal. Gonna play Gather Information. And then we're gonna go to the questing phase. I'm gonna quest for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Oh, forgot we don't quest this phase. Go to the next round. Add Hollow Circle to the staging area, and each player reveals 1 encounter card. Also have to raise each player's threat by 1. Dreadful song. When revealed, attached to a questing hero. Well, good. No questing heroes. Card number 2. Stone Rings. While Stone Rings is in the staging area, each weight enemy engages the player gets +1 attack and +1 defense, and applies the first sentence of its game text to each player at this stage, as if it were engaged with him. Each hero gets a resource. Hobbitstick, draw a card. Elven Light. We're going to use Frodo's ability to give Frodo an extra resource. Now we're going to play Frodo's Intuition. We get to draw 4 cards. Now each of my heroes gets extra willpower for Frodo's Intuition. We're going to put the signal onto Fatty. Now we'll go over to the Victory Displays deck, draw a card, Out of the Wild. I'm going to play the Out of the Wild now. Still in secrecy, so it only costs 1. I'm going to get rid of the Dark Weight. Now I'm going to play Messenger's Advice and draw 3 cards. Play Scout Ahead. And a Scroll of Isildur. Now go to the questing phase. We're going to quest for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and we're going to go towards gather information. And there is 6 in the staging area right now. First card, a long groping arm. Peril. When revealed, until the end of the phase, each weight enemy engaged with you contributes its threat to the total threat in the staging area. If no enemies are engaged with you, search the encounter deck and discard pile for a weight enemy and put it into play engaged with you. Shuffle the encounter deck. We get a Dark Weight. And that readies Frodo, so he gets +1 to each its attributes, raising the willpower to 19. And we also get to draw a card. Gaffer. The next card. Ooh, Gildor. Engages the first player. So we quested successfully by 13. So we cleared out gather information. Now each deck gets a search for a card. We're going to pick Rosie. I'll search for a card in the victory display deck. We're going to get an Out of the Wild. Now we're going to travel to the Stone Rings. Now the Barrow is going to make an attack, and I'm going to block with Gildor. No shadow effect. Now we're going to attack back with 2 and deal 1 damage to the weight. At the end of the round, Gildor goes to the discard pile. And we raise each player's threat by 2. Each hero gets a resource. Now the victory displays deck. Get a Great Hunt. We're going to play an Out of the Wild. Still in secrecy, so it only costs 1. Yes, we're going to get rid of one of this Chill Fog. I don't like discarding all my resources. Now we're going to play a Woodland Sentry. There's a dark weight in the victory display, so I'm going to discard this dark weight and play. Now going over to the Hobbit's deck, get a Northern Tracker. We're going to play Rosie Cotton. And then we're going to play Gaffer. Now we're going to use Frodo's ability to give Fatty a resource. And now we're going to quest for... Thurndir gets 1 extra resource for the side quest in the victory display. 1 extra willpower. Now we're going to quest for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Now we're going to go towards Gather Information. And there's a total of 3 in the staging area. First card, a Cold Weight. While Cold Weight is engaged with a player, That player can't draw cards from player card effects, and after Cold Weight attacks and destroys a character, that character controller discards a random card from his hand. And now next, I'm waiting for you. When revealed, each weight enemy engaged with a player makes immediate attack. If no attacks were made this way, I'm waiting for you, gain surge. So gain surge. Ancient Barrow. X is 1 plus number of face-down cards under this location. After Ancient Barrow enters play, each player places an ally he controls face-down under this location. When Ancient Barrow leaves play as an explored location, return each ally under this location to its owner's hand. I'm going to be placing Gaffer and the Woodland Sentry underneath this location. So that reduces our spread by 2 down to 13, our willpower, and increases the willpower in the staging area by 3. So now there's a total of 8 in the staging area. So that request is successfully by 5. That clears the stone rings and places 2 progress on gather information. Now we're going to travel to get to the Ancient Barrow. Actually, no, we can give Rosie's, add Rosie's 2 willpower to the questing, and we quest, and we be able to put 2 more on gather information and clear it, giving Thurindir an extra resource, an extra willpower, and we get to search our deck for a card and add it to our hand. I'm going to be getting out Sword Thing to make Rosie a hero. And a victory display deck. We are going to get out another door is closed. Now we're going to travel to the Ancient Barrow. And go to the next round, raising each player's threat by 2. Player draws a card. Each hero gets a resource. Now we're going to play Sword Thane under Rosie, turning her into a hero. Now we're going to put the Fellowship onto Frodo, giving each hero an extra willpower. Now we're going to use Frodo's ability to give Merry an extra resource. I'm going to play Northern Tracker. Going over to the Victory Display deck. Got a Sword saying a Legacy Blade. We're going to put that on Mary. It gives 2 attack. And we're going to put a Fast Hitch onto Rosie. Now we're going to go to the questing phase. We're going to be going towards Scout Ahead. We're going to quest for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. And there are 5 in the staging area. First card, Dreadful Song, Peril. Attached to a questing hero you control counts as a condition attachment with the text limit 1 per hero. Attached heroes' willpower is reduced to 0. Forced at the end of each round, raise your threat by 1 for each weight enemy engaged with you. I'm going to attack that with Pippin, lowering our willpower down to 19. And now Tom Bombadil. When revealed, choose a player. That player gains control of Tom Bombadil, ready and committed to the quest. At the end of the round, discard Tom Bombadil, then shuffle the counter discard pile into the encounter deck. This effect can't be canceled. I'm going to give this to the Hobbit deck. So we back up to 22. So we quested successfully by 17. That clears the Ancient Barrow, returning 2 allies to their controller's hands. Clears Scout Ahead. So we get a look at the top 6 cards of the encounter deck. The only problem is they're going to be shuffled back in at the end of the turn. But I'm going to get rid of the Barrow weight. And I'm going to have the stone rings on top. And I'm going to engage the cold weight with the Hobbit deck. So we get to draw a card. And ready, Sam, giving him an extra willpower, attack, and defense. Now we're going to block with Tom Bombadil, so he takes 1 damage. And no shadow effect. Then we're going to attack back with 3, 4, 5, and then Rosie's going to give her willpower to Mary's attack, bringing him up to 8. And that destroys the cold weight. At the end of the round, we shuffle the Tom Bombadil and the discard pile into the counter deck. Raise each player's threat by 2. Each hero gets a resource. Hobbit deck draws the Victory Display deck draws a card. Now we're going to play the proxy for Frodo's Intuition, giving Barrow with the extra resource. I get to draw 3 cards. And at the moment, there's 5 cards in the victory display that have no victory points, so Keenan's Lances is free for the rest of the game. We're going to play Keenan's Lances and draw 3 cards. Gildor's Consul, Weep No More, and a Buckland Sheriff. We're going to play a Miner of the Iron Hills to get rid of the Dreadful Song. Now we're going to go over to the Hobbit's deck, get a Hobbit Cloak. Put the Hobbit Cloak onto Fatty. Put the Song of Wisdom onto Rosie. Now we go to the staging. Each of my heroes has an extra willpower. We're going to attack with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or quest. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. First card, Dark Weight. I'm going to play a Doors Closed since there's one in the victory display. Next card, I'm Waiting for You. Each enemy engaged with a player makes an immediate attack. If no attacks are made this way, I'm Waiting for You gains Surge. Gains Surge. Stone Rings. While Stone Rings is in the staging area, each weight enemy engaged with the player gets +1 attack and +1 defense. It applies the first sentence of the game text to each player at this stage, as if we're engaged with him. So it brings the total threat in the staging area to 6. So we quested successfully. Oh, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, you're right. So we quested successfully by 16. Put 16 on across the downs. Now we're going to travel to the Hollow Circle. Each player searches encounter deck and discard pile for a weight enemy and puts it into play. Engage with him. Going to be getting a black weight, a cold weight. Get to draw a resource, a card, and ready Sam. Now we get the attacking phase. We are going to block the dark weight with the Miner of the Iron Hills. No, that would make it so we'd have to discard a random card. We're going to block it with Fatty. No shadow effect. Now we're going to block the cold weight with the Northern Tracker. Does 2 damage to him. No shadow effect. Now we're going to attack the dark weight for 1, 2. Dealing 1 damage to him. And the Hobbit takes an attack for 1, 2. 3, 4. And then Rosie's going to add 3 more to make it 7 and destroyed. At the end of the round, raise each player's threat by 2. Each hero gets a resource. Draw a card. This is a proxy for Keena's Lances. We are going to use Fro's ability to give Mary an extra resource. Now we're going to put Unexpected Courage onto Mary. Then we're going to play a white console and draw, a Keena's Lances and draw 3 cards. Now we're going to play the Red Book Westmarch onto Pippin. Each Hobbit character gets +1 willpower. Now we go over to the Victory Displays deck, draw a card. We're going to play Woodland Sentry. And there's a dark weight in the Victory Display, so we discard the dark weight. Now we're going to go to the questing phase. We're going to quest for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 24, and there is 3 in the victory display. Actually, this should be dead because of the extra attack. So that means I would have had to discard a random card. And all my resources should be gone. Sorry if I messed up about messing up on that. First card is the Gildor's Inglorian. That engages the Hobbit deck. Second card is an Ancient Barrow. After Ancient Barrow enters play, each player places an ally he controls. So we have to put the Gildor, and let's put a Miner of the Iron Hills, bringing it up to 3. And that brings a total of 6. And then request is for 18. So this is cleared, goes to the victory display. And now we go to the next stage. Lost in the Fog. When revealed, the first player adds standing stones to the staging area, and each other player reveals an encounter card. Stone Rings. Shuffle the encounter discard pile into the encounter deck, and with each copy of the Giant Barrow. Going back to the last when a character was destroyed, this should have been discarded as well. But it still would have had enough willpower to go through. Now we're going to travel to the Standing Stones. And we have to search the encounter deck for a Barrow weight. A Barrow. And then we go to our own stage 4A, trapped inside a Barrow. End your quest phase. Do not resolve the quest. Discard cards from the counter deck until a weight enemy is discarded, and add the discarded weight enemy to the staging to your staging area. Discard all but X allies, where X is the number of enemies engaged with you. And I have no enemy engaged with me, and I have no allies. That's nice. That's nice. Okay. He's got a threat of 35, so I don't need to engage him. Go to the next round. Raise each player's threat by 1. And we don't lose control of the first player token because we're in a Barrow. And the red book doesn't help out the hobbits on the victory display side because they're not in a Barrow. Draw a card. Keena's Lances. Each hero gets a resource. Pippin gets 1 for questing successfully in the last round. Now we're going to play Frodo's Intuition, where we get to draw 5 cards. Fellowship of the Ring, Out of the Wild, Fireside Song, Miner of the Iron Hills. We're going to give Frodo's extra resource to Merry. We're going to play Keena's Lances and draw 3 cards. Out of the Wild, Song of Travel, Fast Hitch. Now we're going to play a Song of Travel onto Rosie. Now we're going to put a Fireside Song on the Rosie. Now she gets +1 willpower for each song attachments. And she has 2 song attachments, a Song of Wisdom and a Song of Travel. So she gets +3 willpower. All the characters get +1 willpower for Frodo's Intuition. I'm going to be putting a Fast Hitch onto Rosie. Go over to the victory display deck. Peace and Sod. We're going to play a Fast Hitch onto Fatty. And that's all we're going to. Now we go to the questing phase. The Hobbit deck is going to quest for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and there is only 2 in the staging area. Chill Fog. Discard all resources. That's 2 resources I have to discard. Raise their threat by 2. And we're out of the Barrow, but we don't join until we get to the travel phase. Now for the victory display deck, I'm waiting for you. We're going to cancel that because there's a side quest in the victory display. So now we join together again. The great Barrow goes to the victory display. No, I forgot to say we were going to be questing with everybody. So that would have been 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we quested neutral. Now we're going to go to the end of the round, raise each player's threat by 1. Each hero gets a resource. I keep forgetting to give Pip an extra resource for questing successfully. Now add the extra willpower for the red book, resourceful. I'm going to play the Buckland Sheriff. And then I'm going to play another Buckland Sheriff. Then I'm going to use Frodo's ability to give one resource to Falco. Now for the Hobbit's deck, Staff of Levithron. Now I'm going to play a Shadow of the Past. I'm going to put I'm Waiting for You on the top of the encounter deck. Now we're going to the quest phase. I'm going to YOLO questing with everybody. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39. And then I'm going to play a Gildor's Console. So we are only going to be revealing one card this round. And so I'm Waiting for You. I'm going to cancel that. So that leaves 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 in the staging area. And we quested for 39, so that leaves us with questing successfully for 28. We put 4 onto the stone rings and $24 onto Lost in the Fog. So there's a win. Sorry about for the mess ups that I had in there, but I don't think it affected the game. In this game, I think the MVPs were a Woodland Sentry, and Rosie. We ended with a score of 70, 96, 99, 129, minus 4, so 124, 121, 120, 119, 116, 115. And we earned resolution. The players have earned the Boon Hotam Bombadil. Well, I will be seeing you in A Knife in the Dark. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day.